Welcome to our open book. Very good to be with you. Uh, Seeing my image. Hi there, darling. SR. Hi there, Larry Finkelstein, Barbara Bosworth, Jeremy Sicking, Mark Van Stone, Dorothy Joy, Maggie, Molly Katz. Very good to be with everybody. Hi there, John O'Hara. I want to point out my sweatshirt. Do I hear somebody's steps?
No, that's Stacy.
That's Daisy. Okay. Try and keep our religious convictions out of this, but caffeinate and dominate. This is a sweatshirt from our friends at the Calistoga Roastery and Clive Richardson out there. So, thank you. I came across some words from Mike Royko today, and I decided to read a few of his classic columns. He was the great Chicago columnist. Came along at a time, the roustabout days of Chicago journalism, to say the least. 4 daily newspapers. I don't know how many times he won the Pulitzer Prize. He was acerbic and funny and a true classic. All right, February 16, 1973. What's Behind Daley's Words is the title of the column. Richard J. Daley was in the Mayor of Chicago. Several theories have arisen as to what Mayor Daley really meant a few days ago when he said, "If they don't like it, they can kiss my ass." Now, imagine a public official saying that in 1973. Mike writes, on the surface, it would appear the mayor was merely admonishing those who would dare question the royal favors he has bestowed upon his sons, Prince Curly, Prince Larry, and Prince Mo. One of them, of course, Richard M. Daley, would become a very good mayor of Chicago. But it could be a mistake to accept the superficial meaning of anything the mayor says. The mayor can be a subtle man. And as Earl Bush, his press secretary, once put it after the mayor was quoted correctly, don't print what he said, print what he meant. So many observers believe the true meaning of the mayor's remarkable kissing invitation may be more than skin deep. One theory is that he would like to become a sort of the Blarney Stone of Chicago. As the Starry Stones legend goes, if a person kisses Ireland's famous Blarney Stone, which actually exists, he will be endowed with the gift of oratory. And City Hall insiders have long known that the kind of kiss Daley suggested can result in the gift of wealth. People from all over the world visit Blarney Castle so they can kiss the chunk of old limestone and thus become glib, convincing talkers. So, too, might people flock to Chicago in hopes that kissing the Daley might bring them unearned wealth. Daley, or at least his bottom, might become one of the great tourist attractions of the nation. The Blarney Stone has become part of the living language in such everyday phrases as, you're giving me a lot of Blarney. Well, that could happen here, too. People who make easy money might someday be described as really having the gift of the Daley bottom. That is one theory. Another equally interesting goes this way. Throughout history, the loyal subjects of kings and other monarchs have usually shown their respect with a physical gesture of some sort. In some places, it was merely a deep bow or a curtsy when the ruler showed up or departed. Others, who were even more demanding, required that the subjects kneel or even crawl on all fours. A few Chicago aldermen engage in this practice. In some kingdoms, those who approached the big man were expected to kiss his ring or the hem of his royal clothing. Daley has already ruled Chicago for longer than most kings reigned in their countries. At this point, many of his loyal subjects view him as more of a monarch than an elected official. It seems obvious that he intends to pass the entire city on to his sons, which is a gesture worthy of a king, so it would only be natural he might feel the time has come when he is entitled to a gesture of respect and reverence that befits his royal position. And what he suggested would be simply a variation of kissing a ring or a hand. It's one of his best lines. Instead of kissing the royal hem, we would kiss the royal ham. One of the hallmarks of Chicago is that we do so many things in an original manner. What other city has made a river flow backwards? What other city makes traffic flow backwards? And it would be quite original if we had a leader who greeted us backwards. Where else would a leader turn his back on his people and be cheered for it? History also tells us that in some ancient kingdoms, a person who had some terrible illness thought he would be cured if he kissed the feet of the king. Could it be that the mayor is launching a low-cost and low-slung health program for all of us? In any case, we will maintain our efforts to find out what the mayor really meant. We hope to get to the bottom of this story, or should I say, to the story of this bottom. And maybe I should explain, he said that because he was criticized by some people for letting, he had a son in the city insurance business, and he let some city insurance business go to his son's agency. And when he was asked about it at a press conference, he said, any father that doesn't help his son isn't a good father, and if they don't like it, they can kiss my ass. And it's interesting because I think, as even Mike Royko would say, most of the people in Chicago thought he was right.
Was the insurance any good?
I forget. I can't keep up on everything, It was my first, big scoop in journalism. I dressed up in black for the Better Government Association, and our friend Al Birkin, the head of the Cook County Central Democratic Committee, George Dunn, had a Near North Insurance. There was supposed to be a correlation between people who did business with the county, which was another subset of the Democratic organization, and and his insurance agents. So they used to have these carbon copies.
Mm-hmm.
So I dressed up in the middle of the night. There'd been a Supreme Court ruling that garbage was considered discarded. You didn't own your garbage. And I took carbon copies from his garbage. And
this is amazing.
Brought them to the Better Government Association, and they found nothing. They didn't find any correlation. So that's journalism sometimes. It didn't work out. So in any event, years later, I'm doing a profile of George Dunn.
Oh, no.
Laura Ziegler, producer, and I are sitting there, and I said, we get there at like 5 a.m. because it's an election day. The whole idea was to profile him on election day. And, I said, I have to tell you something, Mr. Dunn. And I told him that story. And he said, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And as the president of the Cook County Board thereafter, he would go around from precinct to precinct and ward organization to ward organization. He would put his arm around me and say, let me introduce you to this son of a bitch. You know what he did? Tell him the story.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was pretty...
That's wild.
Pretty hilarious, yeah. And I told that a Better Government Association fundraiser a few years ago, too. So, here's the second one I'm going to read, then we'll get into vegetables. Even November 21, 1995, even a U.S. Senator can botch a recipe for success. You will notice several familiar names in here, darling.
Mm-hmm.
The simple little quiz is directed at those who love hot dogs. Not any hot dog, but the true classic Chicago hot dog, the finest hot dog known to man. Look at the following recipe and see if something is wrong. If so, what? Chicago hot dog, Vienna beef hot dog, poppy seed bun, dill pickle, jalapenos, relish, mustard, ketchup. Place dog in bun, cover with jalapenos. Relish, mustard, and ketchup, served with dill pickle. The flaws are so obvious that by now those with civilized, discriminating Chicago taste buds are snorting and sneering and flinging the shameful recipe to the floor and spitting on it. It deserves nothing less. But not merely because it includes ketchup and omits sliced tomatoes, chopped onions, and that miraculous dash of celery salt. I don't even know where to get celery salt these days. Do we have some?
At the grocery store.
Oh, all right. No, I won't condemn anyone for putting ketchup on a hot dog. This is the land of the free, and if someone wants to put ketchup on a hot dog and actually eat the awful thing, that is their right. It is also their right to put mayo or chocolate syrup or toenail clippings or cat hair on a hot dog. Sure, it would be disgusting and perverted, and they would be shaming themselves and their loved ones, but under our system of government, it is their right to be barbarians. The crime is in referring to the above abomination as a Chicago hot dog. So who did it? Brace yourself for a real shocker. Some time ago, a hot dog recipe book was put together by the American Meat Institute, the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, and other groups that promote the eating of dead animal flesh. Yes, John Mahoney, a shot of malwort on the side. They got their recipes by calling the offices of the United States senators, being publicity freaks. Most of the senators responded. Most of the recipes are ridiculous, since most senators are ridiculous. And this shameful recipe was contributed by Senator Carol Moseley Braun. Yes, Senator Moseley Braun, who claims to be a Chicagoan, actually told them that a Chicago hot dog includes ketchup and that it doesn't require chopped onion or sliced tomatoes or celery salt. It is said that power corrupts. I didn't know that it brings on utter madness. Maury Berman, who owns Superdog on the Northwest Side. Do you recognize the name?
Mm-hmm.
Max Berman's.
Yes.
Where I've been eating classic hot dogs for about 40 years. Quote, I see more and more desecrations of the Chicago hot dog. Yes, we provide ketchup, but we have the customer defile it himself. We say, sir, the ketchup bottle is on the side. We ask you to go squirt yourself.
Oh.
Pat Caruso, manager of Demon Dogs on the Mid-North Side, which is where we went during the convention, said, you have to ask for it, and more people are asking. I don't know why. Maybe parents think it's healthier for their kids, but we choose not to put it on, even if they say everything. And here that does not include ketchup. We don't even put ketchup up front. We have a little bottle in the back if people insist on it. Mike Royko says, these men are the keepers of the flame. They are cultural and culinary descendants of the short Greeks who used to take their pushcarts into every Chicago neighborhood and would have thumbed the eyeballs of anyone who dare ask for ketchup. But here we have a U.S. senator allegedly representing Chicago and the rest of Illinois, even the downstate yokels.
Oh my God.
And she shames herself and the rest of us by displaying her ignorance of what makes a hot dog a true Chicago hot dog. I'm sure that Senator Moseley Braun has the usual excuse. Someone on her staff did it. Well, forget it. That only proves that senators hire boobs. No, the buck and the hot dog stops here.
Oh, that's very good.
So I'm going to end it there at another column, but I'll read that at some other.
Are you sure?
Should I read Jackie Robinson?
You can, and I'll do my vegetables another time.
No, I want to do your vegetables.
Well, it follows on the hot dog. I'm not making
Yeah.
hot dogs for dinner. I don't have all the things, all the fixins, and I do have ketchup. But
Spring training will do the Jackie Robinson. Yeah.
you may have wondered how we eat, because we do open book many nights at 6:15.
May I parent that?
Yes.
Mr. Dickens wants to know, is there a backstory why ketchup is so hated on a hot dog? by
Yes,
Chicagoans?
I'd love to hear that.
Because it's wrong, Mr. Dickens, okay? Because it's wrong. I mean, you know, so is like war and famine and cruelty is wrong. So is ketchup on a hot dog. Go ahead.
No, so we have a little kitchen top oven and an electric one, and almost every night, right before open book, I chop up some vegetables, put a little bit of olive oil and salt on them, and then I roast them during open book at 400. And the key is make everything the same size. No, so sometimes I come back and they're a little burned. That has happened, but for the most part, we come back.
SR said you always assume we time dinner with the cuckoo clock.
No, so right now,
Yeah.
for instance, we go to the farmer's market. I have these lovely peppers, just chop them off.
Aren't they beautiful? Yeah.
Some mushrooms. I always get mushrooms at the farmer's market. In fact, I'd say I go to the farmer's market just for that. I chop all of this up I'm going to give you one more
my God.
mushroom.
This
A
looks
little olive
round.
oil, you can just put them down. And it's wonderful. And then you probably heard the rice maker go off. I got some sweet potato. This is not for tonight, so the others are already roasting. Sweet potato, and then
No jokes, okay?
the pièce de résistance, my favorite vegetable.
Yeah.
First, let me get
Brussels.
to the Brussels sprouts. I love these. I just cut these in half or in thirds. 400. I basically do 20 minutes. I do the
That's
amount of
beautiful
time
green.
for
Isn't that
open book,
nice?
and then I go and check on everything, and it's delicious.
Hungarian peppers, Dan.
I think that's what those are. Yes,
Yeah.
they had a name, but I don't remember it. This is my favorite vegetable. It's a fall vegetable. It's Romanesco. And this one, you just cut it up in its little florets. It's so exquisitely beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you roast it. This one I roast at 425, but it would be fine at 400.
Yeah.
But anyway, every night during open book, something is roasting in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Olive oil, salt, and voila.
Yeah. Voila. Wait, voila. How's that?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
So thanks for being with us on our open book, which is also open roaster tonight.
Every night. Yes.
Boy.
Who are we roasting now?
Yes. These are.
Aren't they beautiful? The farmer's market, they recommended them. I was afraid they were spicy. They have a name, John something or other. And last week we got some and roasted them. They were so wonderful. So I got more. The season for those is almost over.
It's not poisonous to eat raw mushrooms, is it? I mean, is that one of those things where...
The poisonous? No, these are not poisonous. Not this week.
Oh, Mr. Dickens, we didn't just put on enough. I'm sorry, but you're always welcome here. You know that. So thanks very much for joining us tonight on our open book. We obviously have things. They're good even raw.
They're good even raw. You can, the mushrooms, you can cut them raw and put them in a salad.
Wow, they're really good. Okay.
Inside chilies.
Nope.
But
because I think those are spicy. I'll find out what kind of, they have a name and I will report back to you.
All right. Okay. Well, all right. Well, thanks very much for being with us tonight on our open book. No open book tomorrow if friends can accommodate us with a encore. I have an appearance to make. We have an appearance to make, which we wouldn't miss. So take care. See you later. Bye-bye.